The baby's screams cut through gate 42 like a siren. Maya pressed her palms against her temples. 48 hours without sleep. Red eye from New York to Seattle, connecting flight to Portland delayed 3 hours, and now this. The waiting area smelled like stale coffee and recycling anxiety. Every passenger at the gate was pretending not to stare at the man with the screaming infant. But they were staring. The man stood near the floor-to-ceiling windows, silhouetted against gray Seattle morning. Tall. Broad shoulders wrapped in a black wool coat that probably cost more than Maya's monthly rent. Dark hair perfectly styled even at 6 a.m. He rocked the baby with the mechanical precision of someone following instructions, not instinct. The infant wailed harder. Maya recognized that cry. For years of pediatric trauma work, 2 years specializing in infant attachment disorders. That wasn't hunger. Wasn't pain. That was terror. She should mind her business. She had enough problems. The trial started in 6 days. 6 days until she sat in federal court and testified about financial structures, shell corporations, money laundering. 6 days until her carefully built case against the Korean organized crime network either held up or fell apart. The baby's screams intensified. An older woman near the man backed away. A businessman put in earbuds. A young couple moved to the far side of the gate. Everyone creating distance from the man who looked like he could buy the airline. From the baby no one wanted to help. Maya's feet moved before her brain approved. Excuse me. The man turned. Maya's breath caught. Sharp cheekbones. Eyes so dark they were almost black. A small scar above his left eyebrow. And exhaustion. Bone-deep, soul-crushing exhaustion that mirrored her own. I'm a pediatric specialist. Her voice came out steadier than she felt. May I? His jaw tightened. Something flashed in his eyes, pride, maybe, or suspicion. But the baby screamed again and that something crumbled. Please. Maya took the infant carefully. 4 months old, maybe 5. Beautiful blend of features. Flushed face wet with tears. Tiny fists clenched in desperation. She didn't rock him. Rocking wasn't what he needed. Instead, she held him against her chest, one hand supporting his head, the other on his back. Then she started the pattern. Pat pat pause. Pat pat pause. Rhythm like a heartbeat. And she hummed. Low. Steady. The melody her grandmother taught her, passed down from women who'd calmed babies for generations. The screaming stopped. Not gradually. Just, stopped. The baby's breathing synchronized with her humming. His fists unclenched. His body melted into hers like he'd been waiting for this exact pressure, this exact rhythm, this exact sound. The man stared at her like she'd performed a miracle. How did you? Flight 2847 to Portland now boarding all zones, the gate agent announced. Maya looked at her boarding pass. Zone 2. The man pulled his from his coat pocket. Zone 2. Their eyes met and something silent passed between them. Something that felt like fate clicking into place. But fate was the last thing Maya could afford right now. Seat 14A. Maya found her window seat and stuffed her carry-on overhead. The baby's father was 3 rows back. She could hear Jay, the man had murmured his name in the terminal, starting to fuss again. She opened her book. Not her problem now. She'd helped in a moment of crisis. End of story. Jay's cries intensified. Maya stared at the same sentence 5 times. Miss? A flight attendant appeared, professional smile strained. The gentleman in 17B wondered if you might, he said you were able to calm his son. Maya looked past her. The man, she still didn't know his name, held Jay awkwardly, trying to replicate her technique. Getting it wrong. The pat-pat pause was too fast. The humming too high. Every passenger in the surrounding rows was shooting daggers with their eyes. "Please," the flight attendant said quietly. "It's a 2-hour flight." Maya unbuckled her seatbelt. The man's relief was almost painful to watch. "I don't know how you did it," he said as Maya settled into the empty middle seat beside him. First class was half empty, corporate travel budget seats the company hadn't filled. "I've tried everything." "You were doing it right," Maya said, taking J. Instant calm. "Just too fast. It's supposed to mimic a resting heartbeat, not an anxious one." She demonstrated. His eyes tracked every movement. "I'm Miho," he said. "Lee Miho." Maya Wells. Her married name. She'd taken Derek's last name in the divorce just to have something different from her maiden name. From the name in the FBI files as Dr. Maya Torres, expert witness. "Is pediatrics what you do?" Miho asked. "Professionally. Trauma specialist. Infant attachment, specifically." She kept her eyes on Jay. "Babies who've experienced loss, separation, medical trauma." "He lost his mother." Miho's voice went flat. 4 months ago. Childbirth complications. Maya's chest tightened. "I'm sorry." He doesn't remember her. Which somehow makes it worse. His hand hovered over Jay's head, then settled gently on the dark hair. "He cries like he's searching for something he never had." "He's searching for regulation," Maya said softly. "Babies co-regulate with their primary caregiver. He's trying to find his baseline." In English, he's looking for someone to teach his nervous system what safe feels like. Miho's eyes met hers. "That's what you just did. That's what you can do. I'll show you." The flight passed in low murmurs. Maya teaching, Miho learning. How to hold. How to breathe. How to let his own heartbeat calm his son's. Jay slept on her chest while Miho practiced the rhythm on his own palm. "You're good at this," Maya said. "I have to be. I'm all he has." They exchanged numbers as the plane descended. "In case the technique stops working," Miho said. Maya typed his number into her phone. And saw the notification waiting. FBI briefing materials uploaded. Review before testimony. She opened the file. Saw the photo. Lee Miho. Suspected head of West Coast operations. Armed and dangerous. The man holding his sleeping son 3 inches from her shoulder. Maya locked herself in the airport bathroom. Hands shaking, she scrolled through the FBI file on her phone. Lee Miho, 34. Suspected head of the aboutThe faction, Korean organized crime network operating across Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco. Suspected involvement, racketeering, money laundering, extortion. Known associates. The photo was clinical. Mugshot style, even though he'd never been arrested. Probably pulled from surveillance footage. But it was him. No question. The man who just thanked her with tears in his eyes for calming his son. Maya's phone buzzed. "Unknown number, thank you again. He's still asleep. You gave me my first piece in months." Her finger hovered over the block button. She thought about Jay's desperate cries. About Miho's exhausted eyes. About a baby who'd lost his mother and a father trying desperately not to fail him. She thought about the classified files. The financial records she'd spent 8 months analyzing. The shell corporations, the laundered money, the trail of economic devastation. Businesses bankrupted. Families destroyed. "Maya, I'm glad I could help. The technique works best with consistency. Practice every day." Why was she texting back? "Unknown number, would you be willing to meet for coffee? I'd like to thank you properly. And Jay should probably see you again, for consistency." This was insane. "Maya, I don't think that's a good idea." "Unknown number, please. Just coffee. I promise Jay is an excellent chaperone. Maya closed her eyes. Saw Jay's face when she'd held him. The instant trust. The complete surrender of a baby who'd finally found safety. Maya, Thursday. 2 p.m. I'll text you a location. She immediately called her FBI handler. Torres. Agent Sarah Chen sounded exhausted. Please tell me you're reviewing the materials. I need to ask you something. Lee Miho, do we have surveillance on him currently? Pause. Why? I ran into him. Literally. At the airport. He doesn't know who I am. Jesus, Maya. Did he threaten you? No. He asked me for help with his baby. Silence. His baby, Chen repeated. He's a single father. His wife died. The baby was crying and I'm a pediatric specialist, Sarah. I helped him. And now? He wants to meet for coffee. More silence. Then, what name did you give him? Maya Wells. My married name. The file uses your maiden name. Torres. He won't connect them. Chen's voice sharpened. Don't meet him. What if I could get close? Learn something useful? Absolutely not. You're an expert witness, not an agent. Your job is to testify about the financial records, not play investigator. Right. Of course. Maya. Trials in 6 days. We moved it up. Judge's schedule opened. You're on the stand Monday morning. Stay away from Lee Miho. Understood. She hung up. Stared at her phone. Deleted the coffee text. Started typing a cancellation. Her phone buzzed with a photo. Jay. Asleep. Peaceful. Tiny fist curled against Miho's chest. The caption, you gave me this. Thank you. Maya's heart cracked open. She deleted the cancellation. Typed the coffee shop address. Hit send. The cafe was neutral territory. Public. Safe. Maya arrived 15 minutes early, chose a table near the exit, kept her back to the wall. Old habits from the protective detail training the FBI made expert witnesses take. Miho arrived exactly on time. Jay in a carrier against his chest, designer diaper bag over his shoulder. He looked different in daylight. Less intimidating. More human. Dark jeans, black sweater, no coat despite the Portland drizzle. Jay saw her and made a small sound. Not crying. Recognition. He knows you, Miho said, wonder in his voice. Babies have excellent memory for people who make them feel safe. Miho ordered green tea. She got black coffee. They sat in the corner booth and for 10 minutes talked about nothing important. Sleep schedules. Developmental milestones. The best bottle warmers. Normal conversation. Then Jay started fussing. Maya automatically reached out. Miho handed him over without hesitation. Complete trust. I've been through 4 nannies, Miho said quietly. They all quit. Said Jay was too difficult. Too traumatized. One suggested I institutionalize him until he was older. Maya's hands tightened protectively around the baby. He's not difficult. He's grieving. That's what I told them. Miho's voice went rough. My wife, Yuna, she was everything. Smart. Fierce. Beautiful. She wanted this baby more than anything. And then. He stopped. Breathed. Continued. Placental abruption. Emergency C-section. They saved Jay. They couldn't save her. I'm so sorry. Everyone's sorry. No one helps. He looked at her directly. Except you. You helped. Why? Maya thought about that. Because I know what it's like to lose everything and still have to function. To smile and work and pretend you're okay when you're drowning. You lost someone. My marriage. My career, almost. Different kind of loss, but... She shrugged. Loss is loss. They sat in silence. Jay had fallen asleep in Maya's arms, his breathing deep and even. I know this is forward, Miho said. But would you consider helping me? Teaching me how to do what you do? I can pay whatever. I don't want money. Then what do you want? Maya looked at the baby in her arms. Thought about the trial in 4 days. About the testimony that would help dismantle Miho's organization. About the cognitive dissonance of holding the child of the man she was about to destroy. I want to help Jay, she heard herself say. That's all. Then help us. Please. Come to my home. Show me what he needs. You said consistency matters, give us that. This was wrong on every level. 1 session, Maya said. Tomorrow. 1 hour. I teach you everything I know, and then you're on your own. Relief flooded Miho's face. Thank you. He wrote his address on a napkin. Maya took it. Recognized the street name from the surveillance reports. She was walking into the lion's den. And the worst part? She wanted to. The estate was exactly what the FBI files described. Iron gates. Stone walls. Security cameras visible on every corner. A man in a dark suit opened the gate, spoke into a radio, nodded her through. Maya's palms sweated on the steering wheel. This was reconnaissance, she told herself. She'd see the layout. Confirm the security. Report back to Chen. That's all. Miho met her at the front door. Jay on his hip, reaching immediately for Maya. Welcome, Miho said. The interior shocked her. She'd expected cold. Austere. Criminal. Instead, warmth. Wood floors covered in soft rugs. Photos everywhere, Miho and a beautiful woman, her hand on a pregnant belly. The same woman holding an ultrasound photo. A nursery visible through an open door, painted soft gray with hand-painted clouds on the ceiling. Yuna decorated it, Miho said, catching her staring. Before. She had very specific ideas about what our son should see when he woke up. The nursery was a haven. Rocking chair by the window. Bookshelf full of Korean and English children's books. A sound machine playing Gentle Rain. Everything chosen with love. Not the headquarters of a criminal empire. The home of a father who'd lost everything. Maya spent an hour teaching. Infant massage techniques. Sleep regression protocols. How to recognize different cries. Miho absorbed everything, asked intelligent questions, practiced on Jay with surprising gentleness. You're a natural, Maya said. I'm terrified, Miho admitted. Every moment. That I'll do something wrong. That I'll fail him the way I failed Yuna. You didn't fail her. I should have known something was wrong. Should have insisted she see a different doctor. Should have, his voice broke. Jay whimpered. Breathe, Maya said softly. He feels your anxiety. Match my breathing. They stood together, breathing in sync. Jay between them. The moment stretched, intimate and fragile. Miho's phone rang. He glanced at it, expression shifting. I'm sorry. I have to take this. Business. Of course. He stepped into the hallway. Spoke in rapid Korean. Maya heard enough, her language training from the FBI case prep kicked in. Words like shipment and payment and Thursday night. Thursday. The night before her testimony. She shouldn't snoop. She should leave right now. Instead, she noticed the photo frame on the dresser. Picked it up. Yuna. Smiling. Wearing an FBI windbreaker. Maya's heart stopped. She looked closer. Zoomed in. Saw the badge clipped to Yuna's belt. Special Agent Yuna Park. The woman Miho married. The mother of his child. Had been FBI. Maya grabbed her phone. Searched the FBI database with shaking hands. Found the file. Agent Yuna Park. Deep cover operative. Assigned to infiltrate Baekdu organization. Status, deceased. Compromised by rival faction during pregnancy. Cover maintained until death. Miho's wife hadn't just died in childbirth. She died because someone discovered she was federal. Find something interesting. Maya spun. Miho stood in the doorway. Face unreadable. Eyes locked on the photo in her hand. On the FBI jacket visible in the frame. She was beautiful, Maya said carefully. Set the frame down. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. FBI. Miho's voice was flat. You recognized the jacket. Maya's pulse hammered. Don't lie to me. He stepped into the room. Not threatening. Just, tired. You know what that jacket means. Which means you're either law enforcement or you know someone who is. The truth or a lie. Maya had 1 second to choose. I work with the FBI sometimes, she said. Technical truth. Consulting. Pediatric trauma cases involving children in criminal investigations. Miho studied her. That's all. That's all. He seemed to believe her. Or wanted to. They sent her in, he said quietly. 3 years ago. She was supposed to gather evidence. Build a case. Instead. He looked at Jay, sleeping in the bassinet. Instead we fell in love. She got pregnant. Tried to extract herself from the operation. What happened? The Park family found out. Rival faction. They've wanted to destroy us for years. They killed her to send a message. His hands clenched. Made it look like childbirth complications. But I know. I know what they did. Maya's mind raced. The FBI file said nothing about this. Nothing about Yuna Park being murdered by a rival faction. Did you tell the FBI? Who do you think I've been feeding information to for 4 months? Miho's smile was bitter. Every shipment. Every meeting. Every account number. I'm burning my family's empire to the ground to get revenge for Yuna. You're the informant. I'm the informant. He looked at her directly. Does that change things? Does that make me less of a criminal in your eyes? Yes. No. Maya didn't know. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm tired of lying. Miho moved to the window. Because Jay deserves better than a father who lives in shadows. And because. He turned back. Because you're the first person in 4 months who's made me feel like maybe I can survive this. Maya should leave. Should call Chen. Should report everything. Instead, she said, what happens when your family finds out? They kill me. They kill Jay. Simple. Factual. Terrifying. And the FBI doesn't care. I'm useful until I'm not. Then I'm just another criminal who knew too much. Her phone buzzed. Text from Chen, trial moved to tomorrow. 9 a.m. Judge's emergency scheduling. Be ready. Tomorrow. Not Friday. Tomorrow. I have to go, Maya said. Will you come back? She looked at Jay. At Miho. At the photo of Yuna in her FBI jacket. I don't know. Driving home, Maya pulled over twice to steady her breathing. Call Chen. The wife, Maya said. Yuna Park. She was killed by a rival faction. He's the informant. Lee Miho is your source. Silence. Then, impossible. Our informant is, Chen stopped. I can't discuss that with you. Sarah. Tomorrow I testify about financial structures. Those accounts, they're how he's feeding you information, aren't they? If I connect them in court, I expose him. Then don't connect them. That's perjury. That's staying alive. See you at 9, Torres. Chen hung up. Maya sat in her car and made the most dangerous decision of her life. Chen's temporary office was a converted supply closet. She closed the door. Crossed her arms. You knew. I suspected, Maya said. You had contact with an active investigation subject and didn't report it. I'm reporting it now. After testifying. After potentially contaminating the entire case. Chen's jaw tightened. The prosecutor wants to charge you with obstruction. I didn't obstruct. I testified truthfully. You were about to commit perjury. I saw your face when they asked about those accounts. Maya said nothing. Here's what happens next, Chen said. Lee Miho will testify against the remaining members of both families. In exchange, he gets immunity and witness protection. His cooperation bought him freedom. And Jay goes with him. New identities. New city. You never see them again. Maya's heart cracked. That's it. That's it. Unless, Chen paused. Unless the Park family finds out about the cooperation before we can move them. Then they become targets. How would the Park family find out? Someone talks. Someone always talks. Chen's eyes were hard. Which is why you're going into protective custody until the trials are complete. We can't risk Park's associates targeting you to get to Miho. I'm not in danger. You are now. Park's son made bail an hour ago. He's claiming you and Miho are in a relationship. That you compromised the case to protect him. That's insane. Is it? You met him multiple times. Went to his home. Held his child in this courthouse. Chen leaned forward. It doesn't matter if it's true. It matters that they believe it. And if they believe it, you're leverage. Maya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Message, we have something that belongs to Miho. If he wants it back, he knows what to do. Attachment, photo of Jay. In a car. Strange hands holding him. Maya's vision blurred. Oh God. Chen grabbed the phone. Read the message. Her face went white. When? I don't know. He was with Miho 5 minutes ago. Chen ran. Maya followed. They found Miho in the hallway outside the courtroom. Surrounded by agents. Frantic. He was right here, Miho kept saying. The nanny took him to change his diaper. She didn't come back. I went to check, the bathroom was empty. She's gone. Jay's gone. Chen showed him the message. Miho's face went dead. They want me to surrender. You can't, Chen said. The moment you do, they kill you and Jay both. Then what do I do? We negotiate. We. They don't negotiate. Miho's control shattered. This is Park's son. He watched his father get arrested because of my testimony. He doesn't want negotiation. He wants blood. Maya's phone buzzed again. Message, midnight. Warehouse district. Miho comes alone and unarmed, or the baby dies. No FBI. No tricks. We'll know. Message, oh, and bring the doctor. The one who lied for him in court. She She started this. She can watch it end. Chen grabbed Maya's arm. You're not going. They asked for me specifically. It's a trap. I don't care. Maya pulled free. Looked at Miho. That's my baby too. The words hung in the air. Miho's eyes filled with tears. Maya. We're getting him back, Maya said. Whatever it takes. The warehouse smelled like rust and rain. Maya wore a wire. FBI tracker in her shoe. Chen's team positioned 3 blocks away, close enough to respond, far enough to avoid detection. Miho stood beside her. Unarmed, as demanded. His face was stone but his hands shook. If something happens, he said quietly, get Jay out. Promise me. Nothing's happening. Promise me. I promise. They walked into the warehouse together. Park Jun-woo waited in the center. 25. Expensive suit. Gun visible at his hip. And behind him, on a chair. Jay. In a car seat. Sleeping. Maya's whole body screamed to run to him. Miho's hand caught her wrist. Wait. Touching, Jun-woo said. The criminal and the doctor. My father said you two were working together. I didn't believe him. But here you are. You have me, Miho said. Let them go. Let them go. Jun-woo laughed. No. See, you took my father. So I take your son. Equivalent exchange. Your father killed Yuna. Your wife was FBI. Jun-woo's composure cracked. She infiltrated our world. Used you. Got pregnant to secure her cover. She deserved what she got. Miho moved. Faster than Maya had ever seen anyone move. Jun-woo's gun came up. The shot was deafening in the enclosed space. Miho staggered. Clutched his shoulder. Kept moving forward. Stop or the next one goes in his head. Jun-woo's gun swung toward Jay. Miho froze. Maya's heart stopped. Jun-woo smiled. That's better. Now. Maya started singing. The lullaby. The one she'd taught Miho. Loud. Clear. Echoing off the warehouse walls. Jay woke. And screamed. Jun-woo flinched at the sound. Looked down for half a second. Miho lunged. Tackled him. The gun skittered across the floor. FBI agents crashed through the doors. Federal agents. Get down. But Jun-woo had a knife. Pressed it to Miho's throat. Everyone stop or he dies. The agents froze. Maya could reach Jay. Could grab him and run. That's what Miho had made her promise. Instead, she picked up Jun-woo's fallen gun. Pointed it at him with shaking hands. Let him go. Jun-woo laughed. You won't shoot me. You're right. Maya adjusted her aim. Pointed at the floor next to his foot. But I'll shoot near you. Loud noise. Chaos. In the confusion, those agents will put you down. Is your revenge worth dying? Jun-woo's eyes narrowed. You're bluffing. Maya pulled the trigger. The shot went wide. Exactly as she'd intended. But the sound was enormous. Agents moved. Jun-woo released Miho. Tried to run. Chen's team took him down. Maya dropped the gun. Ran to Jay. Lifted him from the car seat. Held him against her chest as he wailed. You're safe. You're safe. I've got you. Miho stumbled over. Blood soaking his shoulder. Wrapped his good arm around both of them. You didn't run, he whispered. I couldn't. Paramedics swarmed. FBI securing the scene. Chen pulling Maya aside for debrief. But for just one moment, the three of them stood together. Broken. Terrified. Alive. A family. The apartment in witness protection was small. Functional. Anonymous. Maya had been there for 93 days. New name. New city. New life. The FBI had relocated her after the trial. Protection until all the testimony finished. Until all the threats neutralized. She'd watched the news coverage. Lee Miho's testimony had dismantled both families. 47 arrests. His immunity deal had held. He'd entered protection. She assumed she'd never see him again. The knock came at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. Maya checked the peephole. Saw Chen. "You're not supposed to be here," Maya said, opening the door. "I'm not." Chen stepped inside. "Officially, this conversation isn't happening." "What's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong. Someone requested your location. Normally we refuse. But the someone in question has leverage." Maya's heart raced. "Who?" "He said he couldn't testify against the final defendants without you. Said his trauma specialist was essential to his psychological stability during questioning. Said the case would fall apart if we didn't accommodate him. Miho. He manipulated federal witness protection." Chen's smile was slight. "Impressive, actually. So here's your choice. We can keep you separate. Different cities. Different lives. Or I give you an address. You show up. You see what happens." Chen handed her a paper. "Address in the same city. 20 minutes away. He has J." Maya whispered. "He has J." Chen left. Maya stared at the address for 10 minutes. Then grabbed her keys. The apartment building was modest. Middle-class neighborhood. Nothing like the estate. Maya climbed to the third floor. Knocked on 3B. Miho opened the door. He looked different. No expensive clothes. Just jeans and a t-shirt. Hair slightly too long. Scar on his shoulder visible above the collar. But his eyes. The same eyes. "You came," he said. "You manipulated the FBI. I did what I had to do." He stepped aside. "Come in." The apartment was small but warm. Toys on the floor. Photos on the wall. A life being built from nothing. And in a playpen near the window. Jay. He saw Maya and his face lit up. Reached for her with both hands. She crossed the room. Picked him up. Held him close as he babbled against her neck. "He asks for you," Miho said quietly. "Every day." Points to the door. Waits. Maya's eyes filled. "I thought I'd never see him again. I couldn't let that happen." Miho moved closer. "I know this is insane. I know you have every right to walk out. But Maya," his voice cracked. "You're his mother. In every way that matters. And I." He stopped. Started again. "I love you. I'm not a boss anymore. I'm not powerful. I'm just a man trying to raise his son and build something honest. And I want you here. Both of us want you here." Miho. "Wait." He pulled papers from the counter. Jay's adoption proceedings. They need a second parent signature. The FBI agreed to expedite if you want it to be listed. Maya looked at the papers. At the man who'd given up everything. At the baby in her arms. "This is crazy," she whispered. "I know. I barely know you. I know. We're in witness protection. We can never go back. I know." Maya looked down at Jay. He grabbed her finger. Smiled. Where do I sign? 6 months later. The apartment was chaos. Toys everywhere. Jay's first birthday decorations half-hung. Miho in the kitchen burning something that was supposed to be a cake. Maya sat on the floor with Jay, teaching him to stack blocks. Mama, he said clearly. Pointed at her. Her heart melted every time. Yes, baby. Mama's here. Miho emerged from the kitchen. Smoke alarm wailing. I give up. We're buying a cake. Good plan. He sat beside her. Pulled a small box from his pocket. Miho. I know we said we'd take it slow. I know this life isn't what you planned. But Maya, he opened the box. Simple ring. Nothing flashy. I want slow with you. I want every day. I want to be Jay's father and your husband and just, us. Will you marry me? Jay clapped his hands. Mama. Dada. Maya looked at the man who'd been a criminal and became a father. Who'd given up an empire for love. Who burned cakes and changed diapers and taught Jay Korean lullabies. Yes, she whispered. Miho kissed her. Gentle. Reverent. Full of promise. Jay squealed with delight. And in that small apartment, with no power or wealth or old life remaining, they built something new. Something real. Something worth losing everything else to find. Sometimes the family you choose is the only family you need.